Okay, so basically, I did a brave thing. I went from an interview 2 months ago, taking me, or even a month ago, I think. Yeah, a month or so ago, taking me 2 hours just to go down to the beach I straight up went to who tried to sell me and faced them in the eye, looked them in the eye. And, like, it wasn't easy. I was shaking, but holding it in. He was just on edge with me, which is good. He should be. He went in the car without my uncle. I tried to figure out a way to get my uncle away, but I couldn't. There was a store right next door, and the dude was watching me hard. When I went into his RV, there was a knife right above, and where he could grab it, a knife on the table, and a Makita next to him on the bench. He cleaned his teeth with a knife. The house that I was sold in was demolished. Which freaked me out, kind of. It's like, I don't know why. My uncle's very quiet. He had been lost for 3 days, wandering the streets. He's incontinent. He is mentally ill, severely. And he's got physical disabilities too. Yeah. Didn't go to a store, didn't call anyone. I got texted from a Riverside number saying that they were Tim, and they weren't. That scared me. I want my uncle safe and taken care of with the medication he needs. Tim will threaten to kill himself to keep him, because if he goes to a nursing home or something, they'll take his disability. My friend screamed at me today. And it's like, you know what? I'd rather die fighting for what's right than live and close my eyes and turn my back and let it go on. People do that all day long. I've met people who are here who say that they didn't even know there were homeless people here. And I was like, how blind can you be? How can you just ignore that? If you pretend it doesn't exist, is it a problem? Well, I don't know. If we're going to do that, then why don't we just start pretending that mad cow disease doesn't exist and that USDA regulations are retarded. I mean, if it's out of sight, out of mind, hey, let's go. Survival of the fittest. Let's do it. You're worried about whether or not people should say Merry Christmas when you've got over like 100,000 kids starving every day in America. In your country. That's so great. You're more concerned about Kim Kardashian's new boob job than you are about like whether or not the fact that there are hundreds of thousands of homeless in our own country, the land of prosperity. You're more concerned about counting carbs than the fact that one in 4 children, girls, have been molested. You're more concerned about how politically correct some asshole says something on TV, opposed to the fact that $14 homeless people froze last year in a town population 75,000. That's a lot of people to die freezing. With 2 homeless shelters in that town, I don't even want to know how much a large city had. You're more concerned about whether or not to say the Pledge of Allegiance under God than the fact that people are getting killed and being neglected and abused, and their disability is being stolen. And children with disabilities are being gouged by their parents for more of a stipend. That there is something seriously wrong. We are putting more attention into these distractions than issues that really need to be worked on. Did you know that almost 80% or more of people on food stamps are working, white families, 2 parents? The majority of people on financial food assistance in this country are white, working families. You're more concerned about like fucking what some dipshit you fucking elected says on TV than the fact that a woman died last year working 3 part-time jobs. She died from exhaustion. A heart attack. She was fucking 23. She had 2 kids. She had to work 3 part-time jobs because 2 couldn't pay the bills. 1 couldn't get her by. Stop focusing on the distractions and start focusing on the issues. Gypsy life. I pray that someone helps my uncle.